Week 4 is upon us in college football.
Time's flying.
And Alabama's only played 2 games.
Yeah. Early bye week for them. So,
which was a reason why I thought A&M might win that game, because Alabama hadn't played anybody since Virginia Tech, but they proved me wrong. But
they
anyway,
also had 2 weeks to prepare for A&M, which apparently
That
didn't
too.
help much. But who knows? Maybe if they don't have 2 weeks, then Manziel gets like 3 times the amount of points. Who knows? But yeah.
But anyway, Week 4 picks this week, of course. Michigan Wolverines have the UCONN Huskies.
Jim Calhoun's a great coach.
Or maybe they're the UConn Basset Hounds, because last week I called Akron the Akron Zits.
Yeah, and look what happened. So maybe we shouldn't make fun of UConn. But yeah, dude, Calhoun's a great coach. UConn's won some national championships. True, that was in basketball, but they've got some mojo that they can send over to their football team. Maybe. You know, I'm going to go with my gut. I just have this feeling that Michigan's going to have trouble again. I really do. Gardner's going to play better, but I think it's a closer game. I think Michigan wins. I'm going to go with 31-17.
Well, I should say UConn is going to have some confidence coming into this game because of how Michigan played against Akron. Although Akron, don't forget, is a Bowden-coached team. And that was kind of under our radar.
Chuck Amato, defensive coordinator as well. So yeah, they had some elite coaches, Akron did. And they had some transfers from big schools too. So I mean, I know we're probably sitting here trying to sound like we're making excuses for Michigan. Michigan stunk. No doubt about it. Michigan stunk. They deserve to get made fun of for how they played last week. It was god-awful. But I think it's ultimately that Akron exposed Michigan's holes. Michigan didn't come to play, but they really got exposed even more because they tried turning it on, and it was like, oh, we can't. And I think it's going to show even more against UConn. I think Michigan's going to have some problems, and they need to develop. They're young. They're still young. People keep saying, well, Brady Hoke, everybody's been saying, give him some time, give him some time. They have, and ultimately they've, for the most part, filtered out all of Rich Rod's guys. And some of those guys turned out to be pretty good. But now all these guys that are Hoke's guys are like freshmen and like are redshirt freshmen, true freshmen, and a couple of sophomores. They're still really young. So we got to give them a little bit of a break. But I'm still a little bit peeved that our offensive line's not better. That we couldn't move it against Akron. But anyway, that's where I'm at, 31-17.
31-17. I'm going to say 38-21.
Okay, so pretty close. Pretty close.
And that's basically been all our picks so far. It was pretty close. I'm going to say Gardner throws for 3 touchdowns.
Okay, here's the question. How many turnovers? Let's do an over-under.
Okay,
over-under. I will set it. Okay, does Gardner turn it over more than twice or less than twice? 2 or under or over 2?
I'm going to say twice.
I'm going to say twice?
That's what I was going to say before you said let's go over under was I'm going to say he throws 2 picks and Fitz will lose the ball once.
Okay. I think I will say that Michigan turns it over 3 times. I think Gardner throws 1 pick, fumbles once, and I think our one of our running backs or somebody's going to turn it over. We're going to get some other... actually, I'm going to say it's going to come on a punt return. Norfleet makes me nervous every time he's out there. We'll say a special teams turnover. So I'm going to go with 3.
I'd like to see a muffed punt we recover.
Well, he blocked a punt in the first week, so... That's the thing, is Central Michigan's better than Akron, and Michigan beat them pretty handily. So we'll find out a lot about Michigan's character this week.
And that's the thing was they had several months to go, okay, we got CMU, and now and then Notre Dame comes in, and then all of a sudden Akron comes in, and it's like, okay.
And who does Sparty play this week?
So I don't know, some nobody.
Well,
That's who they've been playing the whole time, with some nobodies, and Sparty keeps saying, "Oh, we're good. Oh, we're good." You haven't. No.
Their defense is better than our defense. I'll give them that. But now their offense, the only scores they've had like all year were against an FCS team, not FBS, but FCS team, which isn't a good thing.
There is a big difference between B and C. Michigan State does not play a nobody; they play Notre Dame.
It's true. And then there's B and C pizza, which is really good, which I can't have right now because I'm on the paleo diet. But B and C is good, but not in football. So C is a bad thing. Let's see here. By the way, the Red Wings exhibition game tonight, they're up 2-1 over the Penguins, which is a good thing.
Yes, Red Wings start the preseason tonight. I'm thinking either next week or in 2 weeks we are going to do an NHL preview because this guy is big into hockey.
Yeah.
And so am I.
Red Wings preview, I think that'd be awesome. You got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a bunch of big games this week. College Game Day is from Fargo, North Dakota.
North Dakota State.
And they're good. They're the team that knocked off
Kansas State
in the first game of the year. So.
But, of course, who did Kansas State lose? Colin Klein.
They did. It's still, I mean, Bill Snyder, you wouldn't expect one of his teams to lose to... Although North Dakota State's good. That's the thing. Is you lose to Appalachian State, and everybody's like, they're Appalachian State, they're terrible. But it's like, no, a lot of people thought they would have been a top 25 team that year. That's how good they were. And it's like North Dakota State, why would you lose to them? But it's like they're actually really, really good. Nick Saban said it himself one time. He was talking about playing, I think it was like Alabama A&M or Northern Alabama or something.
Yeah.
And his assistant coach said, no, we don't want to play that team. And Saban's like, yeah, let's just play North Alabama. He's like, no, you don't want to. Saban said, no, we do. Went back to his office. He said like an hour later, this guy walks in and says, check out this tape. Saban puts it in. It's basically a 30-minute video of Northern Alabama running the triple option. He goes back in and says to like his administrator, we don't want to play Northern Alabama. Let's not sign them. Those kinds of teams that are really, really good at executing weird offenses that you don't see much, they can pull upsets. So it's not all about talent. So I really think, it's a revealing thing when even Saban says let's skip Northern Alabama to start the season, and they're an FBS school, an FCS school, excuse me. So that's telling. So North Dakota State, man, props to them. That's cool that game day is going there. I like that.
Yeah, that's the first time that I remember that college game. Well, yeah, that college game day is going to an FCS school, because I remember they went to Houston one year. I think that was the year that Case Keenum went Houston to the 12-0 season, and then they lost to Brett Favre's alma mater, Southern Miss. In the championship game. And then, of course, we all know what Lee Corso did when they went to Houston.
Okay. Michigan sometimes loses to really bad teams. Lee Corso once every 15 years drops an F-bomb on national TV. It happens. And he's old and senile, which is why we love him.
And I remember...
wears a leprechaun hat and puts live chickens on the desk.
I remember when I watched that, I thought, did he just say what I thought he said? 15 minutes later, I'd like to apologize. That's what I thought you said. And I thought it was hilarious.
He could have just pulled the Christmas Story excuse and been like, I said fudge. But, yeah. Dude, oh, by the way, I just got a quick shout out. Lyle Lovett, College Game Day. What an awesome guest host he was. Did you watch Game Day last week?
I was in the thumb. I didn't get a chance.
Well, yeah, it's Texas A&M and Alabama. And they bring out Lyle Lovett, who's like the most sort of random guy you would have. The dude knew his football. He was good. So seriously, props to Lyle Lovett. I mean, phenomenal. I really I hope they bring him back like again and again, like every year, because that dude was like really impressive as a college analyst. I mean, he could have fit right in with everybody else. He was giving analysis, telling why he thought teams were going to win or lose.
Nice.
I mean, he was great. I mean, he was phenomenal. he picked A&M, but it's not like that was a bad choice. So
almost kind of like that. Was it when College Game Day was at Oregon last year when they had that 6-year-old guy go on the show and he picked Baylor to beat K-State and Baylor upset K-State? I remember watching that.
Maybe one day they will have you on game day.
Yes!
That would be awesome. Coming up next, our guest host, Tom Greene from Tom TV 23 will be joining us, and you'll be getting out of the bus. And then, like, the cheerleaders will be, like, dancing next to you, and you can dance.
Yes.
You can dance with the cheerleader.
Yes.
You can carry the deer head with you onto... That would be... And hopefully it's for the Ohio State game. So, of course,
yes.
When he picks Ohio State and just say, I'm going with the Bucks. But even though it's not a nut, but
no,
that's all right. This is the only Bucks that we like in this.
Exactly.
That'll be our goal. We're going to get this guy on College Game Day.
So, Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit and
Chris Fowler is the man. Desmond Howard, go
yes.
Blue.
I will get on that show someday.
Heck yeah, you will.